Jolan true, Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates. I'm Admiral Tyrek of the dreadnought RES Galia X-Ray as we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets, and we have managed to successfully secure this little part of the Federation territory. We've mostly neutralized it. We haven't taken the time to actually fully take it, so it's just a big neutral, lawless zone right now, but we'll probably work on that later. But we are doing relatively well. 8,302 prestige is pushing us up. Unfortunately, the ship we want to buy is, I think, 12,000, so we're about 4,000 prestige off from that. We're looking for a King Condor class battleship, the biggest, nastiest thing. Yeah, it's 12,830 prestige. So, with a ways to go, let's kick off, set out into space, and try and earn that 4,500 prestige that we are currently lacking. So, we'll set our sights on another convoy raid, because convoy raids always go so very well for us. And set off into space. Hit that red alert, increasing the speed. We are already set up nice and close to a light cruiser as it turns on in towards us. According to the fleet screen, she is a HDW M3X, so an alphabet soup destroyer of this standard class. She has deployed her own fighters, so we could deploy our fighters. Actually, this might be a case where deploying a pair of fighters might work out well for us. So you. As soon as the main bays are ready to go... Actually, no, we can't do that, because they'll immediately sprint for the convoy. Oh well, we'll launch them anyway. Maybe they'll do something. 2, 3, 4... I anticipate them all rushing for that convoy. Let's get that forward shield going before, we take a photon torpedo to the face, which I'm anticipating at any moment. And with any luck, those fighters will go after the Hawks. Just in case, you... Attack. Attack. I think they're just gonna... Yeah, they're gonna do their own thing. They will take out the fighters, which is nice. Unfortunately, our plasma torpedoes are not gonna be ready. So, let's open fire with the pseudos. Get him to dump his wild weasel. Oh, the timing on that was just so wonderful for the Napoleon. The Napoleon has deployed his wild weasel at exactly the right moment so that he would be able to avoid most of the firepower from our little guys. Although he did open himself up to a fairly nasty plasma torpedo hit in through one of his downed shields, and now he's trying to do anything that he can to keep from getting annihilated. We will very shortly have access to all of our plasma torpedoes. So let's kick on the high energy turn because we're going to be ready with this. All weapons are selected. Let's get ready to rumble. All plasma torpedoes away. He's got no defense. He's already deployed his wild weasel. He can't possibly have another one ready yet. A nice, huge round of shooting in there. 120 damage in through his damaged shield. And any phasers we got to follow that up? There we go. Just enough to wipe them out. So that's the escort. We can now push on to go take out the rest of the convoy. So let's pick up our speed to our 19 speed of standard cruising. And go after this FLRG. And our pseudo-frigates have already expended at least one round of shooting from their weapons, so they are a little bit low. Some of them cloaking and decloaking for a little bit. Ooh, are you... Oh, you're an ally. Oh, okay. Thought for a moment we were being engaged by a light cruiser or something from way over there, but nope, the Red Blade is, of course, our friend. We hired pirates to come help us raid Federation convoys, which makes perfect sense for Romulans. And yeah, the pseudo-frigates getting in there and just an absolute evil pack of hornets. Just swirling around targets and annihilating them with plasma bombardment from all directions. You are not engaging, you're just trundling along, so I can ignore you. Yeah, we're going to go after the head of the convoy. That way, once we take that out, we won't have to worry. So we'll increase the speed of time. Now that the escort is dead, it's basically just going to be us soaring in through this convoy and killing everybody slowly but surely. I do anticipate that you will have a wild weasel ready for me, so I'm just going to get right on top of you with phasers. The market money. This plasma torpedo. There we go, that was enough. And turn around. 2 of them left. So we'll fire this plasma torpedo at you. Which, yep, that got a wild weasel response. Slow down the speed of time so I can at least somewhat try and hit this. And the last one, so... Yeah, the single R-type plasma torpedo was enough to do it. So that's probably the best convoy assault mission we've ever done. I honestly can't think of the last time when we weren't engaged by something like a dreadnought and had a knockout, drag-out fight. So the entire convoy destroyed all of those freighters and a tile neutral, so that's going great for us. So we'll pick a mission up over here just so that we can continue to make money and reduce Federation control. We do, after all, have to take out every single Federation tile on the map. Red alert, increase speed. We're currently staring across from a light cruiser and a frigate. It's a trap! Whatever shall we do? Immediately begin to turn the vessel. And let's just find out what class of ships we are running into. An FFEX, so an escort frigate, you'll have maybe a couple of missiles. And a HDWSRX, so another alphabet soup destroyer. We'll go for the FFEX and knock that out, hopefully in very short order. I don't anticipate he's got anything that can stop us. I'm actually anticipating like probably 2, maybe 4 point defense systems. At least that's what most escort ships tend to speak to me. Am I going at the right speed of time? I am. Yeah, three anti-missile defense systems and 3 missile racks. They are extended racks, so there is that. So let's get that forward shield going, because we could use it. Now the fun thing, of course, being that... Oh, Gatling phasers. Pay attention to that. That could be nasty. So the important thing to remember is that he has Gatling phasers, and these guys will die to them. So let's deploy our pseudo-frigates in special mode and fire them all in harass mode and fire all of our plasma torpedoes so that we can bait out his wild weasel nice and early. That way they can just go in and, well, wipe him out as best as they can. What design are you? Oh, okay, so you are a normal looking ship. So that will not quite affect him. Is this not charging or no? Graphical glitch. Okay, no problem. And I do also think we probably should put in a lot of power into, yeah, ECCM 4 and 2. And by the time things switch off, 1. Ow, wow, that is actually really impressive. I knew he had Gatling phasers. I was like, oh, we gotta be careful with the Gatling phasers. And let me do a Gatling phaser fire to the face. So we're gonna avoid firing our plasma torpedoes for obvious reasons. We have almost finished him off. And yeah, they're gonna kill him. There we go. Now we can target you. And we'll target you. And we don't have pseudos to fire. So we will bait him out with an S-type plasma torpedo. Guys, harassment only. I want you to stay flexible. No. Flexible and easy. So we will fire an S-type plasma torpedo now. See if we can't bait out the wild weasel with minimal amount of firepower. Our forward shield is mostly fake. It is extra battery. And yep, that baited out the wild weasel. Okay, so that works wonderfully for us. Let's target the fighters with our phasers, because I anticipate a need to. Oh, scatterback. So tractor defense is active. We'll also, yep, do that. And now target you. Everything you've got. You got a defense ship going. Oh, a nice big chunking hit right there. Got in through with 86 damage. And I'm assuming a follow-up, yep, of multiple plasma torpedoes from the pseudo-frigates. Oh, so wonderful. This trap was not very well thought out, guys. And we've taken out most of his systems. Just slowly but surely annihilating him with plasma fire. And, ooh, that was a... I didn't real... Yeah, I know I can use pseudo torpedoes. I've seen them do it before. So yeah, he is mostly dead. He's still able to maintain a speed of 8, which is pretty impressive considering how many... what level he's currently at. Although, if this is real, that'll probably kill him. Maybe not. It'll have to get through the shields. Yeah, and it didn't. We are currently blowing away any attack ship, but nope, he's not even putting out anything to stop our fighters, so it's just a range issue, like that one. But that was more than enough to do the job, so good job. For once, firing from basically beyond maximum range, you actually managed to blow something up. I really wish I could set them to be a little bit more discriminatory when they fire their plasma torpedoes, so they didn't just throw them out into space. It's a base assault, and I really wanted to avoid a base assault, because I wanted to actually take the planet. Well, not the planet, the space station. Also, base stations, terrifying. And it's the big one. Oh god. And it's a battleship. Oh god. Alright, this is gonna be painful. There's no other way to put this. Let's get the reinforcement on the forward shield going. Currently squaring off against the battleship. Are you a battleship carrier? You are a battleship carrier. Oh god. And we're currently being escorted by the Demon Slayer, which is a DWD, which is not very big, and a C7, which is a battle cruiser. Why, game? What did we do to anger... Okay, I know what we did to anger the game. We laughed about how easy the convoy raid was, and we joked about how easy the trap mission was, and so it's like, oh yeah, wise guy, you want to laugh at what I'm going to throw at you? This is what I'm going to throw at you. And it sent a battleship. Major concerns and problems. Fighting a battleship, we can do this. Fighting a battleship and an SCS? No. No. Discretion is the better part of valor. We are gone. Amber alert, increases speed of time. No, we have come too far to be foolish and vain. Also, I would prefer to not die. I've been trying to reduce the number of times we've blown up our ship. And if we went into this, we would lose. Just hands down. We do not have the firepower to take on both of those ships with what we've currently got. He is a battleship. He is equipped with, what is it? 2, 4, 6, 8 photon torpedoes and 3 missile launchers, in addition to 16 fighters. The SCS has another 20 fighters. That's 36 fighters. And what do we got? 4 pseudo-frigates. Our pseudo-frigates are fantastic for busting proper line ship capitals. So a normal battleship? Excellent. Dreadnoughts? Fine. Carriers? Not so much. Even the reduced firepower on only the Hawk-type fighters is more than enough to handle a pseudo-frigate. So, yeah, we're not getting involved in that. We're going to pop away and do more damage, but we are not going to throw ourselves at what would be a loss. Guaranteed. Because even if we somehow manage to beat an SCS and a battleship carrier, we would still have to then... I'm just going to check this. I don't think it does anything. We should cross into the area under cloak. I don't think this does anything, but I'm going to try. Because I've never actually tried this. And I want to see if it works. Okay, we've been detected. Nope. Full power. So, I wanted to see if we could actually sneak in. That apparently does not work. Okay, so, anyway. Even if we had managed to destroy a battleship carrier and had managed to somehow destroy the SCS, we then would be faced with one of the biggest, nastiest battle stations you've seen. I mean, we've gone up against proper star bases, and that was a proper star base. And the amount of firepower they bring to the table is, even against battleships, one good shot, you're done. And so, I'm not willing to throw my ship away at what essentially would be a complete waste of a fight. So, speaking of which, let's get the pseudo-frigates out and killing. So, go. And you're going to get 2. Go. And go. And you'll get the last one. Kill everything. And we're going to target, of course, the HDW C1X. So yeah, it would not have been worth it. We should have increased the firepower of these to their enveloping torpedo power. That probably would have killed this guy in one overpass. Well, let's find out if it works. Anyway, slow way down to our 19 speed of Romulus. All the plasma. 3, 2, 1. Follow up with instant phasers. There we go. So we knocked him out in one roll through, targeting this DD+, armed with 4 photon torpedoes, 6 phaser 1s, and 2 phaser 3s. I kind of expected the DD Plus to have a little bit more, but maybe they put most of that into engines, which it desperately needs. The Federation DDs, of course, being, well, basically Federation heavy cruisers on destroyer hulls, and they do not have the power to do that. So the DD Plus adding 2 more phaser 3s, and I assume an improved reactor. Not sure, haven't flown it in this mod, so I have no real idea what it can do. But we'll begin our steady, slow turn while our pseudo-frigates sort of do their sort of plotting work around here. Technically, he's bigger, 704 Toles, and you can see that. Actually, no, not really. He's got more heavy weapons, but I suppose he's got an additional missile launcher? He's a light cruiser, he's got more power. That's all that really matters. Whereas this destroyer, he cannot charge and move. Guys, I gave you orders, right? You got those orders, huh? The AI, at least for pseudo-frigates and the like, is not the best. It can be a little bit annoying at times. And stern firing phasers. I'm hearing high energy turn noises, and nobody seems to be high energy turning. Have you finished destroying these? No? Not quite yet? I was kind of expecting you to wipe them out. Just saying. Kind of figured that's what would happen. Lots of high energy turn noises. So we will shell out what is essentially 50 damage worth of plasma torpedo right there. And into you. And I may regret splitting these up. I did not so much. Okay, that works out. So we should be able to then swirl around on that police unit and end his days. Do I even? Lasers. Hi, you're my last target. We're going to come around on you, and I'm going to hit you with a gigantic plasma torpedo. If you activate right now, you may be able to deploy a defense to my massive plasma torpedo that is coming your way. So hopefully you won't turn on. So a Federation squadron getting ready for a counterattack to maintain the position, trying to take advantage after having repulsed an attack on their starbase to fully take it back, has been thoroughly and completely broken up by a single Romulan dreadnought, soaring through the chaos and confusion, leaving nothing but expanding balls of plasma in its wake. 300 prestige is not a bad reward. Didn't neutralize the tile, but maybe we'll be able to grab this one. And we are going to go on the patrol. We want the starbase. We want to take a starbase any chance that we can. Because holding starbases means repairs, means economy, and also means territory power exertion. So let's increase our speed, setting out into space at 19. So as soon as targets show up, we will be able to fight them. Currently escorted by the IKV Relentless, which is a fairly nice destroyer. So you are equipped with 3 missile launchers, 2 anti-missile defense systems, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 phaser X's, and 2 phaser 3s. Do you want to hear a joke? He's got 2 less like heavy phaser mounts, so compared to us would be phaser 1s, than we have. And we're currently facing off against a battlecruiser carrier. Now, a couple of episodes ago, we kept running into these, and I kept calling them the Kirov classes. These are not Kirov classes. Kirov class is BCG. This is BCV. So, and the difference with the Kirov class is additional missile launchers. This is the BCV. This is the battlecruiser carrier, which I don't think actually has a proper class name, at least not in this game. So, I was looking through the ship list, and I was like, oh, I have been calling this the wrong class a lot lately. But let's go in here, set to enveloping, and reinforce the forward shields so that we can have everything nice and properly set up and ready. Now, I don't think he carries too many fighters. It's what, 2, 3, or 2 groups of 4 maybe? Which I have no qualms with, just, you know, tanking the amount of damage they can do. Well, not really tanking their damage, but avoiding their damage under cloak. It's pretty safe that way. We will, of course, set up our pseudo-torpedoes to fire and absolutely terrify him into running away, maybe? Yeah, you should flee and run. So he's launched 2 groups of fighters, and they did expand in a very cool way, each one going in a different direction. Fire the pseudo-torpedoes. And I do, of course, expect him to do something about it. Also, I'm going to risk something a little bit. He is really blasting away. Oh, I didn't know you could do that? What? We have a lot of incoming firepower right now, and that's a bit of a problem. So we're going to curl back around in this direction. Oh, we've got lots of fighters inbound. Mine. That's kind of what I had been worried about. But if things kind of go my way, this shouldn't be that much of a problem. Oh, look at all the wonderful damage they had dealt. Now, if I had managed to actually get most of my damage in on there, it would have been even better. 2 plasma torpedoes. Fire everything you've got. I know I haven't properly fixed the defensive systems on here. Knocked out one of his fighter groups. And get me the last one. And that does him in. Wow, we took quite a bit of damage there, but it was all on the shields. Nothing got through. Good job. Hopefully that'll take us the tile too, because we could use it. We don't need it, but we could definitely use it. 198 prestige, which I suppose is fair, considering we were Dreadnought and he was not. We did, of course, take the tile. Gotta get a mission here and a quick patrol to get on, unless it sends us up against another battleship. Which, you know, sometimes the game likes to do that. So what did we catch fleeing from this territory? And we'll get up to there, increase the speed of time. Also do, of course, need to come in here, reinforce that to full power. You are a dreadnought, okay, and you are not a super dreadnought. I'm gonna guess you are a D. You're not a DNL. Could you just be a normal DNX? No, you're a DNF. Okay, so he will have plasma torpedoes, which is not exactly fun. Set these to enveloping, of course, and I'm gonna hold my pseudo frigates in reserve until after we force him to dump his Wild Weasel. We'll of course prep our own Wild Weasel just in case. You never know. You might run into, you know, horror and terror, and suddenly you're not doing quite as well as you thought you were. Increases the speed of time. And wait for things to happen, which is basically what happens in most of these battles. We just increase the speed of time, wait for stuff to happen. Incoming photon torpedoes, and quite a few hit. So not a bad job right there from him. We will select all our pseudo torpedoes. We do, of course, want to be very, very convincing in firing this. And we also want him to not dump a Wild Weasel. Well, we do want him to dump the Wild Weasel. We don't want him to fire. Range of 15. All plasma torpedoes are firing. We will begin our turn. And our decoy shuttle is ready just in time. He did, of course, fire his plasma torpedoes. Which... Okay, so he did dump his Wild Weasel. Yeah, we're gonna weaken this rear shield quite a bit, but it was damage I was willing to take. He's gone beyond his control limit on those drones. Also, we need to get you out. So you... No, attack. Everybody attack mode. We're all gonna be kung fu fighting on this one. So turning on into him, and plasma torpedoes, all of them. And more turns, and more turn. Slow down a bit. Tractor defense is active. And more. There we go, that's everything. What? How? You already dumped one. Now I'm irritated. Because that was a decent amount of firepower. We've severely weakened his shields, but he's come back with more. So we'll set our torpedoes back to normal mode. His shields are basically gone anyway. And we'll pull out a bit. We do have a very weak rear shield, which I am not happy about. We're also passing in front of him, which also probably shouldn't be doing. It's kind of dangerous to do that with Federation ships. The USS Green, last time I saw you, you were a frigate. But we do, of course, have him not really on the ropes, but we have him in a pretty decent position for us to fight him in. Because, you know, he's basically got no shields. We still have most of our shields. Get within a range of 5. And all of our phasers. Thank you. Striking in there. Knocked out one of his plasma torpedoes. Excellent work. Slow down a bit, because we are, of course, powering our tractor defense systems, and we want to also power all our weapons. Slowly turning on into him. We don't have any plasma torpedoes to really take advantage of this, but getting in his blind spot will, of course, be very helpful. So we'll increase speed, shut off our tractor defense so that we have more weapons and engine powers. Increase speed. I don't want him to get away. I want to just sit right here in his rear spot and just continue to blast away. I don't think you have 180 degree... Well, no, you are a dreadnought, but you might have 180 degree firing plasma torpedoes. So they are decloaking, which I hope means they're about to shoot. So we will start a turn on in so we can get our plasma torpedoes away. And now he's starting to get a death from 1,000 tiny plasma F-cuts. All up and select, and we'll follow up with a whole bunch more plasma. Oh, there we go. Ooh, you fired a plasma torpedo right on into one of my pseudo frigates. It was able to tank the damage because it is not incredibly weak. There we go. Steadily beat him down. One-on-one, our ship is really good. More than one-on-one, we start becoming a little bit more not as great. 288 prestige and a neutralized tile. So let's pop on back home. We're at 9,778. If we were to sell our ship, we would gain 3,000 prestige, which is actually just in range. Huh. I think one more mission, and then we could be in range of selling our ship and buying a ship in order to get a King Condor. So maybe in the next episode, we might find ourselves in the biggest, nastiest ship possible to get. Oh, I would definitely look forward to that. So let's just top supplies off there. Make sure everybody's good. Make sure we're good. Yep. And that will definitely end it for today. We are once again linked up with the main line, and we have pushed a little bit here. The Federation is nearly cut in half. I think by the time we hit this line in its entirety, that'll be half the Federation down. But that will have to wait until later. I've been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment. Are you excited for the King Condor? And I will see you all in the next episode.